Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant Sunday morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Sunday, March 16th, just a day away from St. Patrick's Day. Maybe you guys will get the day started early here on Sunday. Let me square myself up here and get ready for our show after a great day of college basketball action on Saturday. Conference finals, conference semifinals. We've got 5 games left like we do for the last several years on Selection Sunday, getting ready for the pairings here and get ready for a great week of handicapping. And this is one of the best talk about, last Thursday and Friday with all those games, but also for handicapping. I think everyone loves to get into the first matchups. A great time to do it too is when those play-in games are going on. You can look towards those other brackets. The contests rarely include those play-in games, so it's a great time for handicappers to enjoy getting ready. So, hey, thanks for joining me, everybody, for the morning steam. Gonna get going here with a little bit of developing situation here currently in Florida. I don't know what you guys are interested in here this morning. There's been some great action overnight with the Australian Grand Prix, of course, the favorite coming home convincingly. Shout out Jim for his awesome play there with Antonelli over Liam Lawson in the post tab, and the coverage we had last night also from NRL with Dan and his forecasts as well. But right now, I would say a breaking story a little bit here. If you're going to look to get involved in a little something early, they've teed off early in Florida at the Players' Championships. Going to have some weather here, and we saw the final carnage there yesterday on some of the holes. And right now with JJ Spawn set to tee off in less than an hour and a 1-stroke lead, and you look at the odds board right now with the 2 leaders, golfers at the Players' Championship in the 4th round never hold on to a 1-stroke lead. And you're really going to trust guys like Bud Cauley or Alex Smalley here? I would recommend there's going to be some volatility here today. I'm not even going to say who to pick, who to go with, but look, I think you can sprinkle this board a little bit and find yourself in a little bit of positive equity here if you pick the right guy. I mean, it's easy to say, right? But you might be able to pick a few different guys here. We've already seen Scotty Scheffler 7 strokes back heading into the day here, drop from 30-1 to 25-1 a little bit. And there's some other top golfers within striking distance where it wouldn't be out of the question for a golfer like Scotty Scheffler. He came into the proceedings here 7 strokes back, but it's not out of the question. And look, I mean, I'm rarely giving out Scotty, right, unless it's a major or something, right? And you can maybe try to get some odds out of him, but 30, 25-1, he's 7 strokes back. I know that seems preposterous, but we saw players. Remember, I threw out a guy on Thursday and said, hey, I'm going to jump on Griot here at 200-1. He shot an 85 yesterday. Well, bad on me, but still, I think there's live golfers here today. I don't know if I can even recommend any here. We're already on McIlroy. If you got my picks for this week, and you've seen some of the picks from the guys as well, but I would say you could maybe look to golfers still on this list like Shea Bhatia, certainly is interesting at 16-1. Corey Connors at 12-1. And of course, like I said, Scotty, you got Cantlay, who we're also on, and he's 20-1 right now. You know, you could even consider Bud Cauley at 11-2, but again, he's no proven commodity. Spawn has just won one time, so they've teed off early with expected weather, the windy conditions. Hole number 17, hole number 9, wherever you want to go on this course. Maybe the most entertaining course outside of Augusta, and all the crusties will probably say Augusta's tired anyways. So it's going to be some crazy action, I would say, out there. And the dogs are live, the way I'm seeing it today, out at the Players' Championship. So right now, the just starting to get loose there a little bit. We've seen some birdies, but I'd say for the most part, we're seeing some pluses up there right now. Jordan Spieth already 5 over par today, the worst out there. He got into a little bit of heat there early, so it wasn't working out for him. But again, it's just anybody out there, right? We saw guys hitting it into the water, hitting that wood. Even they got the microphone on the wood there, on on 17, and you hear the clink. So, all right, let me say hello to some folks. We just had some steam come in on one of the basketball games. It's not like we're going to get a bunch of college basketball steam this morning as we finally play down to the finals of the regular season for the most part. And UAB in Memphis is taking some steam here this morning. Just seconds ago, game moving under here in this one with UAB in Memphis. It was 161 down to 160 here right now. Steam to the under with UAB in Memphis. We'll preview the 5 games today, all those championship games. Hey, I hope we got you guys started off on the right foot yesterday. I will take some credit for giving out those 2-team parlays, if you will, or the double dippers, as Mike and I like to call them, with those early starts. I gave it to you, those 2 11 a.m. Eastern starts. We had Princeton and the under in the Ivy League semifinal, and we had Bryant and the under in the America East final. So we got off to a pretty good start yesterday, and we had some nice winners here on the show. We swept those Big Ten totals. Remember, I was worried talking about all those totals in the Big Ten and the SEC, and I was going over. Well, we swept them, going 3-0. Hats off to Team Steam Consensus, rolling with Tennessee. Could Tennessee sweep right into the? We know they're going to the tournament, but could they end up sweeping this board, if you will, with the SEC today? We'll talk about that final, as well as they really took apart Auburn and Johnny Broome. Maybe not player of the year. He's a great player, let's be honest. We did have some premium pick winners as well. Tulane and Memphis, premium pick winner to the under in the American, and we had also a premium pick winner of the under in the second game with UAB and North Texas there. But UAB surprising again. Man, great job by UAB there. And we know Memphis ain't going to cover against anybody right now. They win, but they don't cover. Oh my gosh, right now also, here comes a steam play in right now in the Big Ten game between Michigan and Wisconsin. Who'd have thought we'd be here as well? But here's some steam to the over right now with Michigan and Wisconsin today in the Big Ten. It was 149, but we're going up to 150 right now with the steam coming into the over in the game between Wisconsin and Michigan. Who'd have thought Wisconsin making it to this final game, even before this season, right, in a total of 150 in a game here. It's actually 149.5 right now, but maybe we'll see one more tick up with Wisconsin and Michigan as we get the action rolling. I can't even get around to saying hello. I've got so much excitement going on today with a lot of these games, but let me say hello and clear the board here. Still want to talk about a few of these games. Look, it's not a light show. We've still got NBA, NHL. Damon Waring is here. Everybody like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Hope you guys caught the action last night with our show for UFC Fight Night Las Vegas. Uh, it was explosive. It was entertaining. It wasn't the best fighting you'd want to see out there. There were some good moments, and there were some awkward moments as well. I think anyone who subscribed to my card had to be pretty pleased, but the guys were very pleased over there last night with our companion coverage and some of the nice winners from the guys on that card last night. And I was able to clean up pretty good too. I'd say I probably had, judging from a number of expert handicappers that I follow, that I had to have a top 15% card last night, sweeping those last four fights, including those underdogs. Uh, by decision, Hernandez and Dolidze we also had Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you. He got that finish there on the co-main event. So, yeah, I had some clunkers there with Nergoze. Didn't look good at all. He was a joker out there, but everyone cashed on uh, Vallejos with that first round knockout. And we had Cortez Acosta wearing it down as well, and Judas early on. We got that knockout there as well. I started a little bit rough there. To be honest, to kind of maybe win against some of the wrong guys. I mean, here I am hosting these shows with all these experts, and I picked two fights going against my crews here a little bit, and I could have had a better night than I did if I would have listened to my friends. But we still, I think, had a really good card last night. Maybe my best card of. Maybe I had one other good one so far this year. Joe W. Hello, Blue, da do dee da do die, and Michael Piccione's here. Bobby Mack here. We was having fun in the chat last night as well with the guys. I felt bad there. I felt, they left Mikey on alone, and I was 2 seconds away from clicking in there to try to make sure that I didn't leave my man there by himself. And then Jeff came back. So appreciate you guys very much. I really was entertained. They said, come in. Hey, that's my day off. I'm here Friday, Saturday. I'm busy, man. I'm packed up in sports. And that's why I watch my guys on the companion show. Parasite, that's right. 7 days a week. I'm going to do it until our Tomps is here. Blue, happy birthday to Blue. Sub is here today as well. And Nate here talking Celtics basketball. Robert had Lando Norris last night. And hey, didn't send anything out necessarily there last night myself for the Australian Grand Prix, but I've been up all night watching it. I love my overnight Aussie sports, and even though I got crushed in NRL and my AFL picks, Norris up there, and great job by Lando to win. I was pretty much on Norris, Leclerc, and Verstappen last night, so I think I profited, but I didn't give anything else. I can't take a victory lap or anything. But let's see who else is here. And AOD is here today. Hello. He's talking about JB Bickerstaff a little bit, being upset about Cade Cunningham. They thought they were getting screwed. Bobby Mack said Formula One in the rain, totally easy to predict. No one's going to try to die out there. There's Nuke. Good morning to Nuke. Smash it and like it. Pass it around. Jermaine, hello. And who else? Our Tomps like the Bryant call. Old E here. And I think Sub might be having some prop action up there. Solo doing a great job, man. I always watch. I try to get off the air before my friends are on there or their own morning show, but I talk for so long, I always have to just go back and watch the replay of my friends over there because I just keep talking. All right. Good to see Bohica in the chat. He's talking about the fluffer from last night, right? They were getting off the rails a little bit with I even had some wisecracks in the chat. Doubles is here. Good morning. Some great picks from Doubles there of late. And Trevor, good morning. Hello. Thanks for being here on Sunday. Cliff Lloyd. It seems like making a habit at least to come around. Good to see you as always, Cliff. Curtis is here as well. And Kiadra, hello. Thank you for your emoji love there. And right, so we are not only talking golf here this morning on some of the action. I mean, we've got some good tennis finals as well, with Sabalenka and Andreeva, and Draper and Rune at Indian Wells. Who knew it'd come down to these four? But also our soccer action is subs mentioning here today. Hello to Erica in the chat. I think, is she saying today Jazz game over a lot? Uh-oh. And Fernando there. So soccer just about to go here right now, just 1 minute away in England with Tottenham and Fulham, Chelsea and Arsenal, and a feature later on today with Man United and Leicester City. Hey, Futon Bets. Nice to see Futon Bets. But also, love it or hate it, Carabao Cup today. Anybody down for a little Carabao Cup? We saw, some funny comments yesterday, but that's still a okay tournament there in England. Also, though, MLS card today. How about my San Diego FC, the only professional team never to lose a game, came back for the tie. Their action in Italy right now with Napoli and Venezia, no score late. Those guys could be a scoreless draw. A couple more games there as well, and they're playing in Spain right now. Legans ahead of Betis, 1-0. Action in Mexico tonight, including my Tijuana Xolos on the road against Pachuca. And Germany will get going here with their 3 Sunday features. Action in France as well. So a lot of action today. And of course, it's all about college basketball here for us coming up as we wrap it up and get ready for Selection Sunday. We did have some other winners. I have to mention these championship games from yesterday. How about Arizona? My pick to win the Big 12. Hey, it was easy to go with Arizona, but you guys had them Team Steam consensus winner with Houston over Arizona yesterday. I had the total right in the Boise and Colorado State game here on the show, as Colorado State, though, rocked Boise yesterday. Surprised me for sure. Great job by the Rams. We'll see today who's in, who's out of the Mountain West with Boise and San Diego State. One might be in, one might be out, and maybe it's going to come down to that one game. I think they're in. I think they're both in. Big East, of course, St. John's rolls, and Team Steam consensus rolled in that one as well. I had the Johnnies to win the Big East championship, of course. Who didn't? But you guys had them to roll again. St. John's. Anybody up for a little St. John's ticket? Are they too cheap now on the futures board? They're 15-1. 15-1. I know those SEC teams are good, but you're going to doubt Patino against any of those guys right now, the way they're covering spreads. That's what we look for teams that are excelling. A premium pick winner last night. We gave out Mount St. Mary's on the show and followed it up with the under there in the MAAC. Also swept it there with Akron and the under there yesterday, right? Or no, we had the under there yesterday, Miami of Ohio and Akron, and I had Akron to win the MAC tournament there. And also ACC championship game there yesterday with Louisville and Duke, with Duke getting that win there, of course, and a great performance by Duke to get the money. That was our Team Steam consensus loser, unfortunately, but Duke, nobody doubting them now, and the NCAA even came out and said, oh, our man Cooper Flagg, he's in. They needed the NCAA to release that message. And like I said, sprained ankle, hey, he's going to be not 100% right away, right? But we got a few days off here. You know how it is. You can get back on a sprained ankle. You tape that up. You're not going to be jumping through the ceiling, but it doesn't matter. Your Cooper Flagg can be a big impact in the national championship game. Could somehow Duke and St. John's end up in the national championship? Liberty over Jacksonville State there to win, but I think Jacksonville State ended up actually uh, failing to get the money there. It was Liberty with the win, but we had the under on the show. UCSD wins the Big West. Great job by the Tritons, man. Really excited for them there. As it sneaks over, we had the winner here on the show last night, snuck over late. And late night, if you missed it, Grand Canyon destroyed Utah Valley. We gave that out here on the show yesterday. And also, we gave out South Carolina State in the MEAC championship yesterday, and premium pick winner Alabama State, Jackson State game to go under in the SWAC. I thought we had a pretty good day in college basketball. We'll talk about those other sports when we get to them, but let's get back to the chat and then get started with our previews for today with these 5 college basketball games. All right, Blues ready to roll with some picks. Kiadra there. Maybe these are from today. Yep, talking about a little SEC basketball. And maybe we will get started. I don't know if there's any other big breaking news now, but like I said, let's play some of these long shots in golf. All right, let's roll with, at least here to start, some of these title games today. Championship Sunday. We know we've only got 5 games to look at in college basketball, but we know that it's going to be some good action here. And hey, we're all enthralled with the Ivies here to start us off, with Cornell taking on Yale here in this one. We've got Yale favored here. They're playing this one in Providence, and we saw some exciting action from the Ivies in the first game there yesterday. And like I said, we swept it. We swept it, the game early with that early doubleheader there. All right, see how these teams are going right now. It was Yale. They won the Ivy League, of course, with a 14-1 record, and they've won 15 of their last 16 games coming into this one. For Cornell, they did go 10-5 in the Ivy League. They won 5 straight, averaging nearly 93 points per game, or the Big Red. Big Red got a pretty deep bench. They didn't have to sweat it out too much, it seemed like. They're the team coming in with the better winning streak here for the most part, as they beat up on Dartmouth for another win.
Final.
87-71. That Napoli-Venezia game just ended scoreless. And you can keep up on some of the scores behind me there. They kind of pop up on our live scoreboard there. You can also follow the odds there a little bit if I ever move my big head out of the way. All right. So for Yale coming in here, they went. Hey, they had to work a little bit harder in their game. Actually, with the game against Princeton, like I said, we had Princeton in that game. I know there was plenty of support out there for Yale, but come on, this is still top level Ivy League basketball. I think Princeton can hang in there. Right now, we got it. This is it. Breaking news, if you will. The steam is coming in right this second. You just heard it in the background with the steam play. It was on the Cornell and Yale game, and you can even take a look at your odds screen, or just go to your app and take a look right now. This total is moving definitely here to 158 at Bovada, 158.5 at BetOnline. The offshore move coming in here, the steam moving on the under for sure. This thing was 160. We are seeing this one right now move lower here right as we speak. Wow. It's almost as if it was planned as part of the entertainment of this show at this point with this move. So let's see what you have in this one between Cornell and Yale here in the Ivy League. All right. And let's go first, too. Jermaine's got some other props there. Nuke says, Yale, we're just flat out lucky to win yesterday. Cornell in the points. Here's Cornell for our tops. Trevor's on Cornell. It's all about Cornell so far. I'm going to throw my hat on Cornell. I want Cornell here. Give them to me. I'm going to take them plus the points. I've got some of my chat all-stars here on. more Cornell. Here's Cornell and under. Tamari's even here. Hello, Tamari. Thank you always for your support as well of our coverage on the channel here. All right, man, it's almost got to be unanimous. Here's Kiadra, though, says Wisconsin's going to smash against Michigan today. All right, I'm on them. Give me Cornell. I can't. I kind of want them as a premium now. I didn't know you guys are going to be so fired up about this Cornell team. All right, let me make sure. Let me put on the other Italian League game here that's about to get started so I can have some entertainment here when I turn my head and look at all these screens and games going on here today. All right. Thomas got the call. He thinks I'm shouting him out there to get on. We don't want to miss any. We don't want to miss any premiums, right, Thomas? I mean, any consensus? Okay, we got through that one. Let's go. Everybody feeling Cornell. Long-lasting freshness with Big Red. All right, here we go. Next up, Mason is taking on VCU here in a tournament final at Atlantic 10 Conference here. They're playing this one in Washington, D.C. VCU comes in an 8.5-point favorite. The total here, 127.5. Mason's been a great team, a great story this year. They're not even the number one seed. They've won 16 of their last 18 games coming into this one against top-seeded VCU. VCU was still my pick to win the A10 tournament. I mean, they're the number one seed. I went with a lot of number ones in some of these tournaments towards the end here. For Mason here, they're senior heavy team. They were running a whole lineup of seniors out there yesterday. They have experience in the big dance, but believe it or not, they haven't been there in like a dozen years or so. Remember from those great runs that the Patriots put together? Patriots do have a pretty good defense, really one of the best defenses in the country. Really, if you look at the numbers with some of the metrics sites, if you follow that sort of thing, I certainly do. And, I think stats are proven that this Mason team has been worthy of favoritism in a lot of games, but for the most part, they haven't been a great cover like VCU. VCU 20-10 against the spread as a favorite. Nowhere close is Mason putting up those kind of numbers. For VCU here, they've won 15 of their last 17, and well, they might have had it a little bit easier, I think, in their win over Loyola. Even though they won by 7, they did not cover. They did cover against Bonaventure. For Mason yesterday, it was a 74-64 win. They covered as a one. They won. They were a 1.5-point dogs in that game. They also beat up on G-Dub. Before that, the teams met back on February 22nd. It was 70-54 in favor of VCU in that game. The Rams have won 5 straight in the series, but man, they're laying a little bit of a number here, aren't they, to a good George Mason team? Let's go to the chat and see if maybe Mason can overcome. That's just a big number, but VCU is pretty good team too. All right, let's go to the chat here and see what you guys have before I maybe make my call here. Mason's won 4 in a row. They've covered both tournament games. All right, here we go. And hello to Joe T here. Oh, great. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. And maybe we can report on those here. I don't know what you probably are busy, but if you go to our posts tab here today, where you can take a pulse of all of our contributors over there with our polls. We have polls up for all 5 games today, and maybe we can check those out by the end. I don't know, but mostly I don't work it too good on the there, but you can check it out and see how the pulse of our community thinks of the 5 games today. Thank you, Joe, for doing that. And Nuke says it's got to be too many points for this type of matchup, man. I mean, Mason's done a really good job. Action Jackson says take him on the money line. Super True right here. Also, he's going with Mason first half in this one. BCU by a lot, says Jermaine. He likes the favorite here to roll. Tamari also on BCU. Jermaine's got an exact score there. Nuke says, give me George Mason. Good morning to James R. Thompson's on George Mason. Mason looks pretty popular here, actually. There's some support for VCU, but the chat is going with Mason, feels like. Joe T says Wisconsin first half is his best bet. This Wisconsin team has been terrific, haven't they? He said easy winner yesterday. Tino is here. Thank you. James Parm there with Mason. Robert likes the over here. Well, for Robert and I, look, we're usually going to be on the same page. But let me just confirm here because I think I'm on the under. So, all right, I'm on the under as my play here on the Morning Steam show. I took VCU to win this tournament over there with the Higgs contest, and they're a big favorite here, so I think they'll win. But man, it does feel like Mason might be live. Maybe Mason will make my cards. Oh, okay, there you go. I'll just roll with the consensus there a little bit. I can hedge it out there a little. Well, not a hedge, but anyways, consensus here for George Mason, says Thomas. All right. We got 2 for 2 here so far. That might happen on a day with these 5 featured games. Let's go to the SEC. I think we're done with that one. All right. Oh, man, what a job Tennessee has done here. Now they're facing off in a juggernaut of a team here right now in the Florida Gators. They're smashing everybody, winning and covering at a breakneck pace at this point. You talk about who's live to win the national championship. Could Florida be actually overlooked here right now? I don't know if I want to go that far, but they're, all these SEC teams seem to have pretty low odds, and I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. But man, Florida on fire here at this point. They're 25-8 against the spread, 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games right now. They're 22-6 against the spread as a favorite. For Tennessee, meanwhile, hey, they're 3-1 against the spread as an underdog, and they're just they're just so good. They have maybe the number 1 defense in the country now on those metric sites. I know it's going back and forth with these top couple of teams, it seems like every day, but it doesn't matter. They're still really good defensively, and that's what makes them so solid. But hey, not only about the defense with Tennessee, they got some guys who can put it in there. And how will this kind of tempo go with a team like Florida that's put up these big numbers, 200 points a game, basically, in these 2 victories over Missouri and Alabama? Tennessee's won 10 of their last 12 games overall coming in. They're pretty deep, man. They're probably running about 8 guys up there right now. But man, Florida, what can you say about what they're doing? For Tennessee, they are 1-3 to the under as a dog. They're obviously not dogs very often, but have to consider that here. Florida, not necessarily an over team, but they have been going over here of late with those big offensive numbers here all of a sudden. So, Alabama and Florida have gone over in 5 straight meetings between the 2 teams. Florida's covered 4 out of the last. Let me see here. Let me make sure I get this right here. I don't think that is right here. I'm sorry. 4 straight unders here. I can't read my writing. 4 straight unders in the series between these 2 teams, including the 2 meetings this year. In February, it was 64-44. Tennessee won and covered at home, laying 2.5. Florida crushed at home, 73-43 over Tennessee, laying 3 points. But man, all of a sudden, Florida, a lot of points. And let's go to the chat, I think, here and see what you have in this one. All right, here we go with Trevor. He's got this one to go over today, despite those trends that I announced, and maybe the fact that Tennessee, when they get up against good teams, it usually turns into a defensive game. But that's just not the way it feels like that Florida's playing it. And Art Thompson also there over. Nuke says, SEC game, it still can be down to the wire. There could be volatility. Let's give Tennessee. Look, Florida's playing great, and they deserve all the credit to come through and, uh, get this bid. But they were the number 2 seed here, or bid. They're going, but uh, number 2 seed make the tournament final, sure. But Tennessee really has looked pretty good. Okay, Kiadra first half here. Tamari on the under. James Parham, Florida and under. Look, I'm already on Tennessee to win this tournament. I guess they're not going to win this tournament without at least covering the spread. This is a show about point spreads. I'm going to take Tennessee plus the points here, but I'm on them to win this tournament, so I guess I'm on them to win this game today. I can't back down from that. I'm already on the record. And if anything, I think the line there on the screen, it's mostly 5s. There's even 4.5s out there. So I'm going to put 4.5 and make it a little bit tougher. But I'm going to take them here. Take the balls plus the points. And Arsenal scored a goal here against Chelsea in the 20th minute.
Steam play.
All right. So for me, I'm on Tennessee. And I think that's it from the chat. I think it was kind of a mixed bag there a little bit. Oh, no, I think it was, there's some Tennessee support, but it was also Florida support too, the way they're going, man. Wow. Okay, let's move on. Got a couple more here with the UAB and Memphis. Well, look, Memphis is awesome, right? They win every game, but they have a trouble covering the spread. A little trouble covering the spread. They just get it done, and should have saw through that actually yesterday with Coach Hunter. You figure he can get you the money, man, and that's what it kind of felt like there in the end with that game yesterday with Tulane and Memphis, as that one was coming down to the wire all the way. Yeah, we had the under as our premium pick winner, and we didn't give out a side there yesterday. But looking back on it, it should have been a Tulane play all the way. It just feels like Memphis. Good team, maybe overrated. For sure, they're overrated. 9-16 as a favorite this season for Memphis. UAB quietly, 22-11. I don't want to say quietly, but 4-2 against the spread as an underdog coming in. They've been a good team this year for sure. They've done a great job. Talking about the UAB Blazers here. UAB's won 7 of their last 9 games coming into this one. They're a good rebounding team, especially on the offensive glass. Now, they are just 2-5 straight up against top 100 teams this season. Their best wins were probably the wins over North Texas, if you think about it. 66-56 last game. They certainly look pretty good. They beat North Texas also earlier in the season, 64-61. Played the North Texas game and came out just fine in that. Now, Memphis did beat UAB twice this season, including one of the matchups was 100-77 back in January, and then it was 88-81. Memphis still got the money on the road against UAB as a 1.5 point dog. So the UAB will own the boards here. Make no mistake. Memphis is, one of the actually probably bottom 20% when it comes to defensive rebounding. So they've won 7 straight coming in, but they barely win. That's what it feels like when you're talking about UAB and Memphis. Let's go to the chat now and see what the All Stars have here in this one. Not much, maybe, as we get these weaker games here. Trevor here on UAB, and our Tomps likes the over here in this one. I guess you guys kind of got the gist of what I want to do. I want the Blazers here for sure. I think they're playing really good here right now, and maybe we'll just get another close game, it feels like. And Nuke says, just take the dogs here on Championship Sunday. Can appreciate that for sure here. All right, not much here in the American, obviously, in this one. That's okay. We got the big one coming up next. So just want to mention, though, because I'm looking here possibly at the total in the UAB game. It's down to 157, actually. 157.5. So a pretty substantial move. The Steam came in on the under. I'm going to probably look at this total, but Memphis is a bit of an over team, but should be noted UAB also kind of an over team, but they are 2-4 to the under as an underdog here. The Steam came in on the under, and you see the move there a little bit. So kind of look at it as if, hey, you got UAB. They kind of go to the under as a dog, and Memphis, you think of them as kind of a high tempoed team up scoring, but when they played in the tournament games the last couple of years, it doesn't really get up to 157 or 160 for the most part. So we'll see. I probably going to come in there with some action there. We'll see. Okay, thanks a lot, everybody. Let's go to a game that everyone's already had some opinions on, and great matchup here in the Big Ten with Wisconsin and Michigan. Doesn't matter how we got here at this point, if you're the Wisconsin Badgers or the Michigan Wolverines at this point. Sure, it matters who you beat and how you beat them and how to get here. Michigan, over Maryland, over Purdue, underdogs in both those games got the win. They crushed Purdue. I didn't see that coming. And then getting the win over Maryland in that back and forth game there, right after it was a big lead early. Maryland comes all the way back and then makes it a big, exciting contest there down the stretch. And then Wisconsin coming back from a deficit as well early to beat Michigan State yesterday, 77-74 is a short dog. Of course, they blasted UCLA to kind of put everybody on notice a little bit. All right, let's get into it here a little bit for the chat all-stars and see what you guys have in this one with Michigan just 16-6 in conference play this season. The teams met back in December. It was 67-64. Michigan won on the road as a 3-point dog. Michigan 14. Let me get it right here. 24-9. I want to get this. 24-9. Okay, 16-6 in conference play. I got it right. And Wisconsin just 16-7 in conference play. So they were right next to each other. But Wisconsin, pretty terrific weekend of games for sure here in the tournament. Beating Northwestern, beating UCLA, and beating Michigan State. They had to go one further game than Michigan here in the tournament. So I don't know if it's a matter of too much work at this point for this team, but they averaged 77 points a game. We talked about all year how Wisconsin was a different type of team. They went 14-9 against the spread as a favorite this season. Michigan, though, meanwhile, 5-2 against the spread as a dog, and that's against a team that, was not a winning team against the spread this year. But when Michigan was an underdog, that was definitely their better role. Michigan scored big points here in the last 2 days as well. 167 points in the 2 games here, and Michigan really solid in close games. In games decided by 4 points or less, Michigan went 12-1 this season. All right, let's go to the chat. These teams have split the last 6 meetings between the clubs. And let's see what you guys have in this one. Mention those games as an underdog. Michigan went 5-2 to the over in those games. And we'll see what you've got here.
Steam play.
All right, here we go with Wisconsin for Tamari. Trevor's on Wisconsin. Joe says Wisconsin's going to smash these guys today. Robert's on the over here. So is R. Thompson this one. And Joe says revenge for that 3-point loss back in December. That's it from you guys in the chat. So I'm going to take the Wisconsin Badgers to get this one done. Michigan's got great numbers as a dog, no doubt about it. It just feels like Wisconsin right now for me. I'm going to take them here. I know the Sharps are probably going to prefer Michigan here, but I'm going to take Wisconsin to get the number at 3.5. And it looks like nothing from the chat as far as a consensus. Maybe Wisconsin was a little bit of a consensus. Yep, there it is. I think Thomas does agree with that. Okay, well, maybe I might have been the tiebreaker. I might have been the one that put us over the top there. So, okay, I'm on whiskey here in this one. That's it for college basketball. We'll get the tournament pairings and get ready for the true madness over the next couple of weeks. All right, that's it for college basketball. We've got plenty of NBA to go over here today, and we'll do it in timely fashion, huh?
Final.
All right. Hey, this game was expected to be on national TV when they made the season schedule, but not anymore. They'll just play it in front of the fans in Dallas. And the 76ers are at the Mavericks here. We had a pretty okay day there in our premium picks for sure yesterday. Premium pick winners with Brooklyn over Boston. We had Brooklyn plus the points there against Boston. Premium pick winner, Oklahoma City and Detroit game to go under. Thought that was pretty nifty. Also, we had here on the show yesterday the Bulls plus the points against the Rockets. They hung in there. We had a premium pick winner on the Milwaukee Bucks over the Indiana Pacers. Also, Team Steam Consensus had the Memphis Grizzlies. Remember, I went against you guys. You guys put me to shame in that one. I lost my only premium on that one too. I did not see. I guess I'm just wrong about this Heat team. Also, we had a premium pick winner with the Spurs over the Pelicans last night. And also, we had the Wizards there. Plus the points yesterday in that game. I thought the handicap was square right on in that one, wasn't it? When we talked about the Wizards and the predicament that the Nuggets were going to kind of be in there a little bit, playing all those games lately. Okay, let's go to NBA here with the 76ers. And the Mavericks here, we're still talking Mavericks basketball for sure until they completely fall apart and fall out of the race. Maybe they can hang on here. They got a pretty okay matchup with the Philadelphia 76ers today. We know there's, big problems with both teams right now, but maybe the problems are a little bit less with Dallas, or maybe at least the effort can be there with the Dallas Mavericks today. I don't see these teams putting up much of a fight, really, when it comes to trying to keep this one down at 255 here at this point. 225? Spread's up to about 7 here right now. Philly's lost 3 in a row. Dallas has lost a couple in a row here right now. Dallas ain't covering any spreads. Philadelphia actually did cover the spread last time out against Indiana, getting 13 points. But like I said, I don't think we're going to see much resistance here right now with these two teams, the way things are going. So I'm probably just going to end up on the over here as my play, believe it or not. You've got a Philly team here that is 24-17 to the over as an underdog, and 19-12 to the over on the road. Dallas, this is kind of the position where they maybe go under in the favorite role. They are 11-17 to the under, but I'm I'm taking the over here in this one. I don't know if I have much of an argument other than the fact that Dallas has gone over in 4 straight games right now. So at 225, I'm going to take it over here with these two. And maybe I was talking about what Robert was saying. We're just taking some overs here. Hey, good morning to Gravy there. And Gravy didn't win the consensus parlay yesterday, but we were close. Blues on the Sixers, Kiadra's on Dallas, and Fernando's on the over. Got a bunch of different opinions there. I'm taking the over with Fernando. Give me the over here with Philadelphia and Dallas. Okay, now the big game. Got some hockey steam coming in right now with the Anaheim Ducks against the Blues today. How about that? Anaheim taking the steam right now against St. Louis. Look, we had St. Louis yesterday, and what did we have there yesterday? Oh, we had the under in that game. That's what we had. But it's Anaheim here taking the steam right now against St. Louis. In hockey, they were plus $1. 55 maybe or so, but they're down to $1.40 here, plus $1.40 right now. Anaheim is taking the steam against St. Louis. Okay, let's go to the big game here now in the NBA today, or at least the national television game here with the Orlando Magic taking on the red-hot Cleveland Cavs. What could you say about this current winning streak against Cleveland, even when they ended up going up against top teams? They're still knocking them out here now with 16 straight wins for the Cavaliers. Orlando, they're not exactly playing as well as they did, as we know, in the first part of the season. They've actually dropped 19 of their last 27, 8 of their last 11, and 7 of their last 9 coming in. They've also lost 12 of the last 17 matchups against the Cleveland Cavs, and also against Cleveland against the spread. It hasn't been a great situation of late. Cleveland's covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here in Cleveland. 5 of the last 7 have gone over when the two teams have met here in Cleveland as well. Let's go to the chat here maybe and see what you have. Look, I don't know what else we can do to break down this Cleveland team. They're breaking down everybody themselves. They struggle a little bit against the number here of late, but when you compare these two teams, it's one team wins and goes over, and that's the Cleveland. What wins and covers, and that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, steam is coming in on the over in this game right this second. Man, our timing is impeccable here today. The move is on right now on the over in this game. It's up to 220.5 right now at a couple of books. We're seeing at least a 1.5 point move here at the most right now as we speak between these two teams. Now, Orlando is a team that goes drastically under a lot of times, right? But look how high this total is. Most of the Orlando games have been around this past couple of weeks, 210, 211, 212, whatever. This one's not. This one's at 219 and going higher here right now. That could be an indicator here. If you look on the surface and you're like, man, Orlando, they go under a lot, and they're gone under in 41 of their 68 games so far this season. So, man, amazing to think there's just 15 or 16 games left in the season. We just had the All-Star break. So let's see what you guys have in this one with the Cavs here. Favored up to 11 right now. And we'll go to the chat here in this one. See what you like. And we're going to go with Kiadra says go with the Cavs. And the Blue says Cavs team total over. Fernando says I'm want to go with the Cavaliers here. Maybe team total over is the way to go with the Cavaliers. I'll do it for you guys. I'm taking the Cavaliers in another blowout victory here of the Orlando Magic. Two teams met back in February, and Cleveland won on the road by 40 points. And they won the meeting at home earlier in the season by 11 as a 7-point favorite. That was back in November. So for me, I'm going to take the Cavaliers in a blowout here today, in the nationally televised game at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific. All right, I think we're going to go through them all here today with Atlanta taking on Brooklyn here in this one. And Atlanta apparently is a road favorite here against the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, well, hey, Atlanta's not even a 500 team, but hey, they were pretty hot there. They were on a winning streak. They finally lost to the Clippers at home last time out. They got blown out in that game. Brooklyn still, they've lost 3 straight, but we keep finding ways to cover right now with the Brooklyn Nets. It feels like they're still that team from early on. This is a sign of a well-coached team. They're no good. We know they're not going to the playoffs or anything, but they've gotten the money just enough times, and you've got an Atlanta team that is 8-16 against the spread as a favorite. Brooklyn, an underdog mostly this season, 31-25 against the spread as a dog, getting a handful of points here for me. So we can go over a few numbers here, maybe with them, but let's see what you guys have. If you want to get ready in the chat, send your picks in here in this one. I think the line itself is probably too high. The problem is, when you look on the surface, Brooklyn's lost 10 of their last 11 games, so it's hard to want to even try to back them. They beat the Lakers, remember, but haven't won other than that in 3 weeks. So let's see here. Atlanta's actually won 5 of their last 7 and 4 of their last 5 coming in. Brooklyn's gone under in 17 of their last 24 games overall coming into this one. 2 teams met back in October, and Atlanta won by 4 as a 7-point favorite at home. Atlanta's been an over team as a favorite, 16-8 to the over. Brooklyn's been mostly an under team as a dog, 25-32 to the under. Let's go to the chat, see if you guys have anything here in this one.
Critical notice.
Between Atlanta and Brooklyn here. All right, here we go. And Kiadra says Brooklyn likes to jump out to a lead, and then they can't hang on, right? I mean, that's why they cover, I guess. They surprise you, and then hello to Nunya. Nunya, we're on UAB today. We're on UAB. I'm on them anyway. Blue likes Hawks team total over here in this one. And I'm kind of going to go along a little bit with Blue here. Look, I really like I think you know who I like. And I'm contemplating making them some type of premium play or something here. It's kind of tough to, tell someone, hey, go bet on this team that's lost 10 of their last 11 games. So give me the over here in this one with Atlanta and Brooklyn here at 220. I think we can get away with you can find some numbers lower than this. I think the sharp books are probably indicating the under is going to, be the sharp side, but I'm not sure that I'm buying into that. And I like the side better. So Daddy Beats likes the Hawks. Nunya's ready for his UAB Blazers to do it today. And good morning to Nunya. All right. Let's keep it going right now here on the show with the Raptors and not these Blazers that Nunya was talking about. He was talking about his UAB Blazers. I'm old enough to remember when UAB was kind of a powerhouse, right, Nunya? When UAB basketball was king of the roost. All right, Raptors and Trailblazers here in this one. And, the red hot Trailblazers, not anymore. They've they run into a little bit of a fence here with the losing streak now. All of a sudden, it's Toronto that's the hot team coming in. Um, I think we haven't talked about Toronto because we kind of left them out. They beat some easy teams. We kind of left them off the schedule here a little bit against Utah, Philadelphia, and I don't even know if we previewed any of those games, but they won them all and they covered them all. So maybe they're going to be that sneaky team here today against a Portland team that's lost several games in a row now. Is it 5 in a row here? And look, they still come in a favorite at 6.5. It's probably twice what it should be because I think people are thinking, look, the Blazers were doing a great job and they played tough teams too of late. So it's 7 and 227. So they were, beating up. Yeah, they won some big games too during that streak. Getting some news here that Mike Conley's going to miss the game today. Whether or not we'll see him move on the line, but we are seeing that news come out right now for the Wolves there. Okay, so Toronto. Now, Portland, like I said, they went on this losing streak now all of a sudden. Now, they did cover the last 2 games against the Warriors and the Knicks. It shows where they're at a little bit too, right? Yeah, they got beat up by Boston, by OKC, and by Detroit. Call Detroit what you want. They're playing pretty well still. For Toronto here, they played a weak schedule and they've been beaten up on that weak schedule. But it's not like Portland has all of a sudden graduated into playoff contention or anything. They're just playing out of their minds. So you really think they're going to lay this many points? This is just too many points, I would think. Now, could be some personnel related issues here. I think in this one, certainly, if you look right now with the RJ Barrett still questionable with that illness. The other players out for Toronto today, quickly. Walter, Grady Dick is out. Shed is probable here in this one for the Blazers. Williams questionable. Simons questionable. Grant is doubtful. Walker is out. Ayton's still out, of course. So there's players out for Portland as well. All right. Well, for me, I've got to take the Toronto Raptors here, of course, here in this one and grab these points. The Raptors are still 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 games overall, 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. Portland, losing games for sure. Now, Portland has covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams, and must be the halfway point of the show. Portland's gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home, 5 of their last 6 at home right now, which, is a little bit of a change of events from earlier this season when they were going over the total quite a bit. Toronto, 31-25 to the over as a dog. Portland, 6-3 to the over as a favorite. All right, let's go to the chat here with this one, Toronto. And I think I already said I'm on Toronto, right? I don't think I can back out now. I think I made Toronto my play here on the show at too many points. Just too many, twice as high as it should be. It feels like to me. Here we go. Oh, Fernando took Nets first quarterback there. Blue is on the over here in this one. Keadra's on the over here in this one. I didn't know if I could find my way to. I think I do know what I like on the total, and I might actually want to save it here. I'm going with the side with Toronto. Roberts on the over here, and Nunya talking about the great coach Bartow, and Blue here, Raptors team total over. So give me the Raptors here. I'm going to take these points. I mean, that just feels like that should be a 3 tonight with Portland, not a 6. All right. Keep it going here right now with the Jazz and the Timberwolves, just mentioned moments ago. That news coming out has not seen any movement in the line, but Mike Conley is out today for rest for Minnesota. Pretty key player to be out, it feels like. Utah is on a losing streak, and Minnesota's on a winning streak right now. So, Conley gets the day off. We get that. Utah has lost 14 straight games on the road coming into this one. The Wolves have won 7 straight overall. Utah's lost 10 of their last 11 games, but still, they're not awful against the spread in general. In fact, they've covered 3 out of the last 4 games, and the only one that they didn't was the fact that they were favored in their last game against those Toronto Raptors. So that's no good. I mean, they're not going to cover any spreads as a favorite, but as a dog, they seem to hang in there. Now, George is out, Clarkson is out, Collins is out. You always have to check on these guys here at this point, but a key player, obviously, for Minnesota is out here now. So Utah, they're that ugly team that you don't want to recommend it, publicly. But I'm always willing to go out here on a limb once in a while. Ooh, some steam coming in hockey right now. We'll get to the games in just a moment. But the Detroit Detroit Red Wings are getting some steam here right now against the Golden Knights today. How about that? The Golden Knights are going to be down here to Golden Knight discount. Down to $1.50, $1.45. I'm seeing $1.40 here right now. Steam's coming in on the Detroit Red Wings currently in that early start against the Golden Knights. All right, Jazz and Timberwolves gang. Let's see what you have here. I mean, the Wolves are one of the worst spread teams at home in all of basketball. 12-20 against the spread, 20-30 against the spread as a favorite. Meanwhile, you have a Utah team that 19-15 against the spread on the road, 35-29 against the spread as a dog. They've been a dog every time, but 2 games all year. And those games they lost. The 2 games that they were favored, they lost. One of them was the last game that they played. So let's see who's going to have enough courage to do it with me here. Blue, let's go. Blue, let's get that birthday going. Here's Kiadra on the over.
Steam play.
And here is, I know you guys hear the steam in the background, and it was like, Ramon's not giving it, but I'm not. Look, I love exhibition baseball. Exhibition baseball, spring training baseball gets steamed. I send out a package when I have time. It's the easiest handicap in the world, actually. It just takes the most time to do it. Preseason, the way I find it anyway. Try to rely on the steam to put you in the right direction at first. You could end up going the other way if it goes far enough. With these moves, there's not a lot of big limit. The limits are low, so they move the line and just go the other way. Robert's on the over here. Blues got an NHL parlay. Andrew G, good morning. And Blue will do it with me for the Jazz. And look at Andrew. He's ready to go. I was watching that Cubs game, and I got to admit, it was a light night. I did take a little nap after the Formula One before the show, about an hour, and I missed the end. Does anybody even know who won the Cubs game tonight, this morning against the Tokyo Giants? Because I fell asleep. I fell asleep right before the show, got up basically between 4 and 5 a.m. I took a 1-hour nap. And I don't know who won the Cubs. Are you on there, Doubles? Doubles, you still here? Who won the Cubs game? Is it still going? No, it couldn't still be going. Started at 3 in the morning here. I watched about an hour of it, or thought I was watching it. I fell asleep. Cubs, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. And I'm supposed to be the guy watching the games all night. All right. Daddy Beat's got some more plays in there. We're just gonna start having a live show where I ask everyone what to. All right, give me the. I'm on the Utah Jazz. It's obvious here. I'm taking the Utah Jazz and this one plus those points. Come on, that's too many points even for this situation because of what's been going on. Probably should be. Well, probably should be too much more than this, but it could be 11 and a half or something. I would think. Kiadra, thank you for some more plays here. Wow, you guys are doing a great job today. The chat all stars. Utah and over here for Kiadra. All right, Hornets and Clippers. Here, when I see this matchup, I always think of a game that I went to back in the day at the LA Sports Arena, and Baron Davis. I was had the some of the best Clippers seat. Back then at the LA Sports Arena wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like it was the Staples Center. It wasn't like, but used to go to these Clipper games, and well, we knew the team psychologists. Let's just say I don't know how that happened, but and we'd sit right underneath the basket, and man, Baron Davis, I swear he looked right at me, man. I had Clipper, man, Baron Davis lit up the Clippers. All right, here we go. Hornets and Clippers here, 12, and the total 223 now. It's up to 13 or so. How about Baron Davis lately? He's been quite the celebrity, huh? Guy couldn't. He's a good music star, Baron Davis. A good rap singer. A good rap singer. All right, Clippers here by 13. They've been pretty hot here of late. They've won a couple in a row. They've been covering spreads for sure. They did throw in that clunker at Atlanta, but um, we were on the right side, I think, of that one. But Clippers here, of course, they're 22-10 against the spread at home this season. But the Hornets are an impressive 33-22 against the spread as an underdog here. So Clippers, great favorites, no doubt about it. But is it too many points even against this Charlotte team that kind of keeps finding a way to cover spreads? And win too. They won 3 of their last 4 games, believe it or not. They beat up on San Antonio, scored 145 points in that one. Yeah, they lost to Atlanta. That's what I meant to say. The Charlotte lost to Atlanta, but they beat Miami. They beat Brooklyn here. The Clippers beat Atlanta, of course, 121-98. That one we did not have right. I know that. Theirs. I thought the Clippers on the road were kind of going to be doomed, but they beat both Miami and Atlanta. So Clippers have been playing well here. A couple of road covers, winning covers in a row right now. But Charlotte has lost 14 straight meetings here in LA. Probably that Baron Davis game, that was a long time ago. That was more than 14, even 14 years ago, certainly. But no doubt that it's been Clippers winning 13 straight meetings between these two teams. Haven't necessarily got the number in all of them, but the Clippers are 10-4 against the spread in those 14 consecutive victories, and they've covered 5 of the last 7 meetings here as well. In LA, remember LA's in a new arena, but still, same deal, it feels like a little bit. For Charlotte here, like I said, not bad. Doing okay in these spots, mostly with unders for sure. They're one of the biggest unders of the final entire league right now. They've gone under 39 of 58 games as an underdog. Final. And they've been going under here a little bit of late as well. Charlotte's gone under in 8 of their last 11, 7 of their last 9 overall, but I don't know if that's going to be the case here. The Clippers have gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home. Go to the chat here maybe and see what you have between Hornets and Clippers here today. But I'll tell you, I'm going over. I'm going over in this game. I don't know if I can. The steam was on the under. Look, I just told you the Hornets are an under team for sure, but at 223 or whatever it is, Oh, Cubs lost. Thank you, Doubles. Okay, Cubs lost that game. Okay, Robert said 4-2. Let me know, you guys, what happened in that game. Okay, let's see. Action Jackson here has got a prop back on that game there with the mini. And yeah, right now, I thought I was a sports betting. I thought I was trying to develop myself. I was asking Grok again some questions about myself. And I said, is Ramon Scott a sports betting influencer? And I think the thing said I should go be what are these influencers? They go out to, and a virtual, a virtual vagabond or something. What it said. Okay, let's see here. Robert's on the over. Uh, Blue says Hornets team total over. And oh, that's what yeah. Okay. Otani hit that. He hit another one today, or was that yesterday? Or Otani hit that home run yesterday. That was impressive. Did that pitcher just groove it to him? He gave it to him. He already had given up a home run earlier in that inning. So I don't know if it was, you know, tip of the cap and let this guy. Rangers beat Celtic 3-2 in the great matchup. All right, I'm on the over. Let's not spend too much time on this. If no one has an opinion here, I'll take the over in this one. And maybe I'm a little bit contrarian right now with that game, but don't know if I can necessarily portray it as, the last game went over, but the total was really low. They played in January in Charlotte. It was 112-104, and the total there was 209. And look what we're dealing with here, 223. So I don't think it's going under. I think it's going over. All right. Let's go to the Thunder and the Bucks here. This is probably the real featured game of the night on ESPN tonight. With the Bucks, look, they're not as good as OKC or Boston, right? They're not. You got to put them in there in the Eastern Conference race with Boston and Cleveland, but here still they're getting the points against this Thunder team here. It's just a matter of motivation, I guess, for the Thunder each and every time, but it doesn't seem like they want to stop. So, see what you guys have in this matchup, but we'll talk about it here a little bit with the way these two teams are going. I mean, the Thunder, when they win, they cover, and they're doing a bunch of winning here right now. 19-12 on the road against the spread. Bucks here doing pretty good here lately. 6-3-1 against the spread last 10 games, and definitely have a couple of wins here of late after some struggles. But they've won and covered at home here against the Pacers and the Lakers in these last two times out here coming into this one. Oklahoma City's covered the spread in 5 straight road games coming here into this game. Milwaukee's gone under in 6 straight games as an underdog. The teams met back on February the 3rd. It was 125-96. OKC got that win in an easy cover of Milwaukee, 19-15 against the spread at home. So, you want to. It looks like Milwaukee's. They're still a step down. I get all that, but this still feels like kind of an important game for a team that's playing pretty well. They're 8-3 against the spread. Their last 11. Can't find any trends that'll kind of indicate that OKC is going to let up necessarily or not be motivated. Just like I said, it just seems like they're committed every game. Milwaukee's covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. They've also won 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams, including 5 of the last 5 straight meetings here actually in Milwaukee have been won by the Bucks over the Thunder. The teams always go under when they meet in this venue. They meet here just once a year, but 10 of the last 11 years, the two teams have gone under. And the Steam, though, came in on the over right now. Still just 231 and a half. So most of the action's in on the under here Let's see what you guys have. I might be a little bit contrarian here with this one, but let's see. Go to the chat here. And Blue says, don't trust Grok. Okay, here, Kiadra says, lay it. Says, don't forget, the Bucks are on a back-to-back here, so that's going to be a little bit tough after that win over the Pacers last night. We had the Pacers. Blue says, Thunder and over. And Action Jackson here. Got a prop. All right, not much here for the Thunder and the Bucks. Look, I gotta trust that. Look, the season series, and when you're looking at a matchup like this, right? It's not so much the teams have changed. Well, I don't know if they really have. If you think about it. I mean, Giannis has been here all 10 of those years, 11 of those years, whatever it is. He's been in those games. So Milwaukee's completely clear injury report right now coming into this one. OKC's got, some names on that list, including Lou Dort, questionable. Wiggins, questionable. Uzame Dang, questionable. Jalen Williams, questionable. So they've got issues here in this one. I've got the under with the Thunder and the Bucks. That's it for basketball. Robert's got the Thunder. All right, let's go to the hockey tonight. We should knock these out here in good fashion with 7 games on the ice here tonight. Let's get started with the Vegas Golden Knights. Just talked about this one with the steam that came in here. Vegas is down to $1.45 or so, or even lower here in some spots. Sharper books going even lower here on a pretty sharp move on the Red Wings here in this one. Could we see a minor upset here tonight, this afternoon with the Red Wings at home? The TNT game at 1 o'clock Eastern and 10 Pacific. Both teams are in a little bit of a funk. Detroit here, having lost 3 of their last 4 overall, 4 of their last 5. Overall, actually, they were on a losing streak before beating Buffalo, but then lost to Carolina last time out. For Vegas here, they also lost to Buffalo last time out, 4-3 there yesterday. Let's check the results real quick. Yesterday, we had a rough start here on the morning steam. We couldn't find a winner early, but then we came through. Premium pick winner, Florida and Montreal game to go under yesterday. We also had the Ottawa Senators here as an underdog on the show. We had them here, and also we had on the show Tampa Bay puck line in that blowout of Boston. We had a premium pick winner, Rangers and Blue Jackets game to go under, and we had also late night Vancouver over Chicago yesterday. Let's go to your picks here in this one with the Vegas Golden Knights on the road here against Detroit. Vegas has been going under here a little bit of late, but Detroit's gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall. They're also 18-27 to the under as a dog coming in here. And I'm going to go to the chat right now on this early game. And we've got Kiadra says Detroit's going to be fired up for this one. How about Blue says Red Wings puck line and under? And Kiadra says that it will be the Red Wings to win this one today. Uh-oh. All right. All right. Well, boy, that seems daunting there in this one. But you got to trust that steam a little bit for me. And I think that I kind of want to do it as well with the Red Wings here. I probably like this total, but I don't know. It feels like a bar. It feels like a discount to me. I'm taking the Knights. I'm taking the night. It's against my better judgment here. Keadra's pretty fired up about the Red Wings here in this one. I'll just take the discount. That's a tough game. I think it's going to be two to. It's going to be a low scoring game. I should have took the total here probably. All right. Let's go to the next one here with the Stars and the Avs. Big game here for sure in the division. This is the TNT second game of the Sunday twin bill here. Colorado comes in off of a win. They've been hot here of late for sure. They lost to Minnesota, bounced back with a win over Calgary last time out. For Dallas, they lost to Winnipeg 4-1 a couple of nights back. And right now, Colorado $1.45 here right now. No, $1.40, $1.35. Total 6 under 20 or so here in this one with Colorado. They've won 9 of their last 12 games overall coming in. Meanwhile, Dallas has won 8 of their last 11. Dallas has gone over in 7 of their last 10. Remember, their fortunes have turned around, and they've always go over. Right now, as an underdog, they're 6-3 to the under as a dog overall. Dallas has beaten Colorado in 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. 10 of the last 14 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Colorado has actually lost 4 of the last 5 times at home to Dallas here of late. It's been a Dallas-owned series until the last meeting when Colorado finally broke through with a win at home 6-3 back on January the 18th. Colorado is 20-13 to the over at home, but 24-30 to the under is a favorite. Let's go to the chat here. This one, Ottinger and Blackwood is what I'm showing here for Sunday. I know some of the sites are showing that it could be Wedgwood, but I don't know. I think I've got Blackwood in there. Let's go, chat. See what you got here in this one with Dallas and Colorado, if anything. Okay. Blue is on the over here in this one. All right. Man, I'm going against the Chat All-Stars here. It seems like today I've got the under in this one with Dallas. And here's Robert on the Avs. I've got the under here with Dallas and Colorado. You guys put me to shame yesterday in that Miami game. Okay, let me see if I can get on the same page here with the Oilers taking on the Rangers in this one. You got the Oilers $1.55, $1.60 here right now on the road. Total 6.5, pretty much, maybe 6.5 flat now. Rangers have won 2 in a row. Here beating Columbus handily and edging Minnesota. Before that, Edmonton beat the Islanders 2-1 last time out, stop a 2-game losing streak. But Edmonton not necessarily going great shakes here at this point, but maybe an opponent that they can handle here. They did win the previous meeting back in November 6-2, and Edmonton's had a pretty okay run against the Rangers in their by annual meetings here a little bit. See what you got in this one. Rangers and the Oilers. Oilers on another road favorite here. They're not going to win by more than 1. That's for sure, it feels like. Let's see what you got here. The price is really kind of ridiculous almost, but what are you going to do? Edmonton's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Detroit's gone under in 7 of their last 9 games coming into this one. I feel like that's probably where we got to go, but I better wait for the chat here. I don't want to step on anybody's toes here at this point, the way I'm going against them. Let's see here. Okay, Robert's on. Oh, no, let's see. Keandra likes. Oh, that was back on that other game there. Hold on. Under here for our Toms. Blue likes the Rangers here. And hey, there's one. One likes the under here in this one. Our Toms likes the under in this one. All right. I'm gonna take the man. I'm gonna take the under here as my play in this one. I like the under as well. I feel like that's my premium, but gosh, I want to take the Oilers big time. But this price, I mean, the situation to me, I think, sets up Oilers. But I didn't know the price was going to come up $1.55. Maybe I should have realized that it was going to. The Oilers are going to be really popular here. I'm sure they'll get this one done, and I might have to take them at this, even at this price. I might have to take them. There's a degenerate in me. That's why they say, why don't you just bet your own picks? And well, because I ended up betting on the Oilers $1.55 when I shouldn't lay anything over $1.35 in this game. All right. All right. Let's go to the next one here with the Panthers and the Islanders. Prices and everything. Hey, sometimes I go for the high end pizza. All right, Panthers and Islanders here with the Panthers on the road. Obviously going to be a favorite here, $1.55. The Islanders have lost 3 in a row. Coming into this one, Islanders right now have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Florida's gone under in 10 of their last 12 and 7 straight. Coming into this one, Florida lost to Montreal last time out. They've lost 2 of their last 3. Islanders, meanwhile, have lost, like I said, lost 3 straight, but 2-1 against the Oilers last time out. These two teams played their last meeting back at Florida. It was 6-3. Panthers crushed them also. They won a meeting back in October. Florida won 6-3 on the road. So back-to-back 6-3 victories this season for Florida in their matchups with the Islanders. Islanders have actually lost 8 of their last 11 games to Florida overall, including 4 of the last 5 times here at home. 12 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams at New York have gone under. And Shea Batia here putting a little move on. See, Shea Batia now 1 stroke back. Rory's already at 11 under. It's going to be some good golf, and it's going to end early. Okay, I think we're ready to make the call here in this one between Florida and the Islanders. See what you have here in this one. If anything, in the chat, here we go. Islanders team total over. And that's it from you guys. So put the onus here on me a little bit. Give me the Florida Panthers as a favorite on the road here against the New York Islanders. Next up's the Ducks. We're almost done here, gang. Thank you for joining me. We've got a nice Sunday crowd here of 85 of you with me. And we've got the Ducks taking on the Blues. Hey, Blues get it done last night impressively, no doubt about it. Now our other, I think the basketball steam moves came in every game. It felt like while we were here. Tennessee and Florida is seeing the steam to the under here right now. It was 143.5. We're going down to 142 in the SEC championship game. Steam to the under right now with Tennessee and Florida. It was 143.5 down to 142. All right. Did we get steam on every game here? No. James, George Mason, VCU, we did not get any steam during the show, I don't think. Okay, Anaheim and St. Louis here. Look, St. Louis, impressive job yesterday, but they're obviously on the back-to-back here in this one, and well, Anaheim's still on the road, but I don't know. I don't want to take Anaheim here. I kind of want to take them as a premium, but I don't think anybody'd believe me.
Steam play.
The just to mention right now, the Islanders are getting steamed here. We just mentioned that game, and here comes the money on the Islanders. I guess I could save it and do it after the show here. Now I'm already on Florida, but the Islanders taking the steam here down to plus $1.28 at Bovada, $1.30 at stations here in Vegas. There's steam coming in right now. Just came through on the line service here. The Islanders got steamed. Okay, so here we are talking about this one with the Ducks and the. Do I have the time wrong on this one with the Ducks and the Blues? Why do I have this game all the way down here after that Panthers and Islanders game here? Did I? Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, you guys. Nonetheless, we got this game. The game is at 3:07. Maybe I typed it out of order a little bit here with the Ducks and the Blues here in this one. The steam came in on the Ducks. The Sharps seem to be all over the Ducks here for some reason. Look, the Ducks are profitable on the road. The Blues are just a break-even proposition at home. So maybe the line is a little bit too high still. It's $1.70. It hasn't really moved that much, even though that steam came in on the Blues. I'm taking the Ducks here to win over the Blues today. Give me the Anaheim Ducks here in this one. Can I talk anybody into it? The Blues haven't lost to the Ducks in a couple of years, I don't think. Let me see what the streak, and maybe let me see what the streak is here before I go too crazy. But look, you might even consider this as a discount right now. Let's see, 9 straight losses to the Blues here in this series right now. So can't find you any trends. They're going to tell you to take the Anaheim Ducks here, but I'm on them today at this, even at this price. It'd be a premium if it was. I guess I thought it'd be by $2 or something, but it's not. Everybody knows the Ducks are a great puck line team anyway. They stay in the game all the time. They're 43-18 on the puck line, and the Blues are 5-12 on the puck line as a favorite. Some steam's coming in right now in the Laker game, you guys, with the Phoenix Suns and the LA Lakers in their matchup today. Did I forget that game, by the way? Because of those weird time changes. What did we do in that? Did we forget the game we forgot the Laker game, you guys? Oh my gosh, what an embarrassment. Nobody said anything? Oh well, that might be our preview. The steam is coming in this one. Maybe I'll just do some premiums on that. Nobody even cared. Steam coming in on the under. This one, it was 230 down to 228 here with the Suns and the Lakers. I forgot a game yesterday too in hockey. Nobody said anything. Nobody's going to take me seriously anymore if I can't come up with all the games, but we are skipping some games here, no doubt about it, because of the heavy schedule, and sometimes games aren't that great or whatever. Probably not going to go back now to preview one Laker game. If we got a premium, we'll just send it out. Subscribe to my picks, or let's see here. All right, Joe T's got some hockey action. Some soccer action here in Major League Soccer today with the Portland and the Galaxy in that afternoon feature. Also today in MLS, Nashville's at Philly, Miami's at Atlanta. So, okay, give me the Ducks in this one. I'm going to do a few more hockey. We'll be out of here. Utah and the Canucks here in this one with a virtual pick 'em here on the road. In fact, Utah is probably up to $1.20 or more here right now in this one against Vancouver. We know how bad Vancouver is for some reason at home, really bad. 14-12, it isn't terrible, but they're favored so heavily sometimes. They've been a big loser. Utah is actually 16-13 on the road coming into this one. They've actually won 3 straight games against Vancouver, including 2 matchups this season, 3-2 at home and also 2-1 at home. Utah won both of those. So let's see if you like this one here with Utah and Vancouver. It doesn't feel like Utah's getting a great price at all here, but 4 of the last 5 games for Vancouver on the road here. No, I'm sorry. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under in this series. Utah, despite their success, has still lost 5 of their last 7 trips in here as the Arizona/Utah franchise. Vancouver's won a couple of games in a row against Calgary and Chicago. But Utah here coming in off of a loss to Seattle. I still like them in this spot. I feel like I'm not crazy, but just going with some underdogs here today. Well, underdogs. I say underdogs. I should put this. I'm going to put $1.25 for Utah, actually, and I'm going to go with Utah. Maybe I'm not as contrarian as I think I am. Or Tom says go under here in this one. Blue likes the Canucks team total over. Appreciate that, Blue. Have a great birthday. One more game. The Jets are at the Kraken here in this one. You got the Jets are going to be a big favorite, of course. $1.80 total, 5.5. To the over at minus $1.15 or so. Seattle's won 2 in a row here over Utah and Montreal. Winnipeg also with wins over Dallas and the Rangers here of late. Know how good Winnipeg has been as a favorite, 39-12 as a favorite this season. Also, Seattle just 17-27 as a dog here. More importantly, between these two teams so far, feels like, Winnipeg, they've won 4 out of their last 5, 15 out of their last 19 overall. Seattle, meanwhile, is in a slump. Here against Winnipeg, they've lost 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams and 9 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams overall. I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets here on the puck line. Go kind of quick here. Didn't look like the chat's too into the hockey card here tonight. There's Robert. He's got 13 in a row on his gifts. He's giving you the gifts here, apparently. And he says, this is the one. Jets and Kraken, no goal in the first 10. He's at 13 straight right now. So maybe it'll be a slow start to the total here in this one. And for Winnipeg, they've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games overall. And Seattle's final. A little bit of an under for sure here of late. They went under in that last game against Utah. Okay, I guess that's it for the show. I'm on Winnipeg here on the puck line. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here. Jim Deweiger, hello. Nice to see you today. Even there. And thank you to R. Thompson as well. Let's do the drawing and get on out of here. Thank you, everybody. Back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll know the teams that are in. We'll know who we've got, for those play-in games as well. All right, let's do the drawing. But first, don't forget, if you want more plays, including that Lakers game, okay? We're not going to go back and preview it right now. This is Sunday is kind of like the end of the week for me. All right, go over to winnable.com. Thanks to all the subscribers, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe we were hot. But thanks to the increased subscribers here over the last couple of days. If you're one of them, I really do appreciate it. That is how you keep me here on the Sports Money Network, is subscribing to my Sports Money premium picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can get my best plays every day there. I hopefully can give you some winners here on the show, but if you want more action from me, I can't stay here all day with you. We try to give out the early games on the show or whatever, but If you want just a steady stream of picks sent to your phone or other device, you can subscribe to this premium content of mine as I sit here, watch the games, do my handicapping, and just type in my picks and send them out. Bet them and send them. That's what I do here. So if you want more picks from me, consider subscribing to these plays over at winnable.com. I'll have some more today for sure. And I have a NASCAR package out right now for today's big race here in Vegas with my top 5 my top 5 racers today here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the Pennzoil 400. So if you want those selections, get the free subscription over there at Winnable. Thanks a lot. And now get ready for the drawing of the premium of the consensus plays here. Here we go. Whoops. See how many we got 36 commenters in here today. Seems like more, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe 36 is right. Oh, here we go. Maybe 36 is right, but let's see who they are.
Final.
Young Native, Nasty Nate, Subhuman, Thomas, Futon Bets, Erica, Solo, Nuke, Parasite, Nitino, Daddy Beats. Daddy Beats, of course it's going to be Daddy Beats on a day like today. Thank you, Daddy Beats. Have a great St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Get you ready for the action here. Thank you to everyone who joined me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll be back tomorrow, like I said, at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific time with more. Thanks for a great week, everybody, and appreciate that. There's the picks from Thomas. That's a 3-teamer for Daddy Beats here. All right. Appreciate it, gang. Have a great day, and catch up with you. Hopefully, subscribe to my picks over there. Show your support here, and I'll come back and do it tomorrow. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Ramon Scott. Sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.